Hi everyone, it's Zelda. Tonight we have Pokemon Pure RGB. This is, as you might suspect, a purist kind of ROM hack for Pokemon RGB. This is based on the Poké-Red decompilation, so a lot of fan content has gotten amazing since decomps have hit. I know that Ocarina of Time and I think Majora's Mask have had a lot of really cool ROMs, like ROM hacks made since those were decompiled. This is, let's get this on screen. This is just up on GitHub. You just need a few things to make this work with any, regular old version. I did have just a little bit of trouble getting this all to work right before the stream, so a little bit here and there. But so this is basically you're playing you're playing in an emulator or on your analog pocket in my case. You want to play Pokemon in 2016 or 2026, whatever year it is. But you don't want the movesets to be terrible. I love Pokemon Gen 1, but it's so frustrating to play because so many Pokemon have terrible movesets, and just moves are bad in general, and some stuff just doesn't work right. This mod makes basically every Pokemon viable. There's more bug, poison, and ghost type moves available. Font sprites, just you can obtain all Pokemon in all versions. HMs are deletable, finally. Plus Nuco. There's too much stuff to go over, honestly. There's all these different palettes you can have too. I actually went and found just a custom palette to try out. I'm not biased, by the way, but there's our thing. By the way, if you're spooked by the whole news of Discord being weird, it sounds like they've half gone back on that. But if you want to go to Zelda.zone/Matrix, that is our chat server kind of mirrored over to a thing called Matrix. It's a lot like Discord. I don't think it has voice chat stuff yet, but it's just in case Discord goes completely stupid. They're at least 50% the way there, so there's also so many more options, but we'll see that in the game. So here it is. First thing you gotta do, any Pokemon ROM hack, immediately check out the options. Never start without them. So for one thing, look, just select to get info. Size of fast text and spread on the screen. So you can see there's 4 pages of options now. There's colors, but we'll leave the colors on, default. There's ultimate Pokemon colors, so there's like, I think it's based on DVs. But just like, there can be different colored Pokemon. You can, I'm gonna leave most of the stuff on defaults, but you can fix Ghost being 0% effective on Psychic. If you didn't know, yes, they completely screwed up the types in a lot of ways. I'm actually going to leave Bug as doing double damage to Poison. Just because Bug deserves something in life, doesn't it? Alright, I'll just leave all this on default. EXP bar, NPC EVs. Oh, so this will make it more difficult. So I'll just leave that on back. Oh, you can change the sprites too. In fact, you can individually change every Pokemon with a different sprite in Y or green. So there's basically 3 sets of the Gen 1 sprites. You're probably most familiar with Pokemon Yellow, fixed a lot of sprites, mostly the famous ones, to be much more matching to the Pokemon anime / correct looking sprites. Pokemon Green / Red-Green from the Japanese version had some interesting sprites, mostly worst, but they're interesting. The creator of the hack has allegedly just picked, like, the quote-unquote best-looking versions of the sprites. So again, I'm just going to leave it on default. But the one thing I want to make sure that we do have... Hey, Doc, by the way. I want to change the space... So it includes the Space World 97 back sprites, which Gen 1 back sprites are terrible, so I'm going to fix that. Leave it on instant. Battle animation shift set. Put it on set. And there we go. So like I said, probably the nicest thing about this... Oh, get the mouse off the screen. In fact, that shouldn't even capture. Is there... Hey, Mr. Ratio. So I was planning to do a ROM hack called Pokemon Speed Choice, which just adds a bunch of like options into Pokemon Crystal, and there's a version for Emerald too, and then kind of do a randomizer. But I woke up 2 hours before the stream, and I'm like, all right, this is not today. But oops. Let's see here. There we go. I was streaming some hard to capture games, which is always fun. Welcome to the wonderful world of Pokemon. He looks so scary. Look at his eyes. People call me the Pokemon Professor. Wow. So again, the story and everything is going to be the exact same, but mostly when we're in combat, you'll tell. We'll just be girl. Sure. Chat, what should his name be? Too late. Wait, can I do the lowercase? Yes. You know what? There you go. That's right, I remember now. His name is Budded. I love it. Your very own Pokemon Legends about to start. I've heard if this does anything with the strength puzzles, those are kind of infamous in Gen 1 as well. Classic music. Said so on TV. See, Pokemon parents are so responsible. It says children leave your home at about 10 on the television. It's on television. They wouldn't let you say it on TV if it was wrong. So I'm just gonna trust that it's time to let my small child into the wilderness where there's like dragons and stuff. A lot of Pokemon are found a lot easier or earlier and easier. So like, if I recall correctly, there's gonna be Dodrios and stuff, or Doduos in this grass and such. I'll be a bit fast on the text, but you know, it's Pokemon Gen 1, not a lot super important is happening. You've probably already seen it. He's gonna give us his weird exotic Pokemon. Have you ever noticed the professors always have these exotic Pokemon that don't seem to come anywhere else on the island? Like, are we... Oh, chat, you have like 5 seconds. Persuade me on a Pokemon. Actually, I'm gonna get a drink real quick. Let's make it a proper poll. If I can remember how to do this. Alright, poll on YouTube. I really wish I could have my mods do this. Charmander. Alright, there's a poll in chat. I'm gonna do a super quick BRB actually. Just go ahead and decide. Can I get that on screen? Oh, whatever. Oh, it doesn't show up in the chat. Wait, is chat not... is it doing that again? Post chat. I thought I finally had a thing that fixed our YouTube chat automatically. And it does not. Of course it doesn't. This crap never works. It worked exactly once. Just a second. Wait. That is the right URL. Oh. There we go. Why did it... Oh, whatever. You can't see the poll on the thing anyway, but yeah, there's a poll in the YouTube chat. Quick BRB. Who let soot into my office? I had to stuff up on allergy meds. I love Tiny Turtle. Too slow to pick, so you know what? I don't usually go Bulbasaur, so let's go Bulbasaur. I believe there's better poison-type moves, so we can actually kind of show that off. None of the starters are bad in the original anyway, so it doesn't make too much of a difference. Honestly, we'll probably ditch our starter as soon as we can, just to kind of show off we can actually use not starter Pokemon and have them not be terrible. Even oddballs like Venonat and stuff. There's so many cool Pokemon in Gen 1 that just kind of suck because, hey, Gen 1 movesets suck. Look at that. Look at that back sprite. So, the original Pokemon back sprites, not that great. Space World 97 ones are very good, and that's what you'll see through the playthrough, actually. Putting trainer EVs on might have been a mistake. Wow, this guy's... Budded has the strongest Charmander ever. Look at this. I don't think we're winning this one. Time to reset. Oh, this really matter. All it takes is a nice Gen 1 crit. Gen 1 has very odd critical hit system, so your speed affects how much crits you get, so that's why Slash is like 100% crit chance, more or less, in this. Just because by the time you have Slash, you usually have high speed, and then the multiplier, it's just ridiculous. This gen is also famous for Gen 1 misses, so there's a 1/256 chance of literally anything missing. Which, you probably never even notice, but if you're a speedrunner, you've surely lost at least one run to a lovely Gen 1 miss. They're very well known. Crap. Well, we had no chance to win that. I think he had EVs despite that being a level 5 Pokemon. I'm not sure. It's not usually quite that impossible, but whatever. Also, speed up button. Very nice. You basically have running shoes. I love the Gen 1 Pidgey sprite. It's just a bird. No effort was made to make this a quote-unquote monster. It's just a bird. Just a straight-up bird. So we're taking our, you know, poisonous plant dinosaur to just beat up some random birds. I don't believe this actually starts us off on 8 balls, does it? No. So, we're just gonna leave. Our mother does not care for us anymore. As the TV explained to her, small children just leave into the wilderness and fight rats and bugs. She'll never see us again, and that's fine. Actually, was it this one or another one? I think this one added some interesting phone calls to the Celadon department store of all things. Added to lots of... Oh. No, we shouldn't have picked Bulbasaur. Well, maybe we will see Mom again. Fortunately, I don't think that it takes our money. I'm not 100% sure. We don't have any money right now anyway. I wonder how bad my... I was about to say how bad my IVs are. What are they? DVs in this one? I don't know if you can even check them. So I think you have to check it in the Pokemon menu. Can we? Guess not. But there's a lot of TMs we'll be getting pretty soon, so even with just our basic Pokemon, we should be able to see some of the new moves pretty quick. Once we get past the level 5, the level 5 curse. There we go. Some of the music in this is so nostalgic, and some of it is just like random beeps and moves. Game Boy audio issues, but like... Look at the nice Widows of Peaks on this bro over here, by the way. Good old Pokemon Centers. So... Yep. Deliver Oak's pallet. Parcel, whatever. Can I pop balls yet? Nope, of course not. Like I said, I don't think the story is basically touched at all. There's a few things like... There's some new NPCs and stuff that do some things. But for the most part, it's about the movesets, and I don't... Obviously it changes those very strange issues with Pokemon typings, like Ghost not being effective against Psychic. The only Ghost-type move in the original Pokemon game is Lick anyway, so it doesn't matter, but... It's just funny how broken Gen 1 is, because Ghost was specifically meant to be a counter to Psychic. There's text in the game talking about how Ghost is a counter to Psychic, but every Ghost Pokemon is also Poison-type, and also the Ghost typing doesn't work right. So every Ghost type is weak against Psychic, and Ghost type damage does no damage to Psychic types, which is... That's funny because, so... Gen 1 Mewtwo ends up being, like, the most insanely overpowered Pokemon in all of Pokemon history as a result. Well, not just specifically as a result of that, but it doesn't have any counters either, because just nothing is any good. It always seems strange how no one has a Pokédex except us, especially now that we're, what, like 25 years or something into the quote-unquote storyline. Like, there is a sort of canon and, like, timeline of the Pokemon games at this point, right? Because I know that Black and White 2 are, like, I don't know, 10 or something years after the first game or something? So Pokemon characters do in fact age, allegedly. Mostly just Red and Blue, but... See, there we go! Oh, we don't have balls. Crap. You know what? Well, at least we saw her, so we'll come back and get this Eevee real quick. Gen 1 Eevee is one of those ones, it doesn't look very on model, but it's still very cute. In my opinion, if you want an even better ROM hack, check out Pokemon Polish Crystal. It's a lot more than like a purist hack. It adds quite a lot of stuff. It adds all the new forms and evolutions of Pokemon up through like Gen 6. It adds all the gameplay stuff since Gen like 7 or 8, like the way different moves have been changed, the way it adds Fairy type and such. I really hope that wasn't a rare spawn. I didn't know that was there. There's a complete list of changes, so you can check all that stuff out. What I was wanting to check out is a Dodrio. They have super good movesets in this. Like I said, everything is viable. Everything has a pretty good moveset. I'm forgetting to run. Because it's not usually a thing in this one. It was what, Gen... Did it take us until Gen 3 to get running shoes, or was that Gen 2? I think it might have been an item in like Crystal or something. Purple's my favorite color, so it's like obvious, but I'm really digging the nice light lavender background on here on this palette. I like it. This game does natively support some palettes like the yellow palette and like some other stuff, but I figured we'd just, you know, play it classic RGB style. Just a little flair. I always thought it was so insulting that they ask you if you want to heal your Pokemon. Like, no, I just came to this Pokemon Center. This place only for healing Pokemon. With my wounded Pokemon. I just want them to see the counter. I don't want to heal them. I just want them to suffer, thank you. Bye. Pokemon Polished Crystal. Another reason it's better than this hack is it adds like a certain button combination. Or was it in this one too? Where you could just like skip all that? No, potions are all sold out. How are these trainers supposed to get by without any quality moves? So here's our first new NPC. This boy has his own like arc. He gets upset at the situation of Gen 1 TMs, and he starts selling Gen 1 TMs over the course of the game. So we are going to buy all of the balls we can. Also, I'm pretty sure potions weren't in the option there, but I guess they just didn't update that NPC's text. So let's get that Eevee. You're not an Eevee. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee should be doing looking different. Let me tell you how weak I was earlier this week. I almost bought Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. I already have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, which was apparently so unpopular compared to Eevee, I managed to get it 10 bucks off. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but for a Pokemon game, any amount of dollars off is like a lot. The Eevee is overpowered, and it turns into way more Pokemon, so I mean, it's kind of valid, but... Pikachu's cute too, you know? I think they may have the actual, like, Pokemon differences, like Red and Blue. They have, like... You get Oddish versus, Weepin' Bell and such, but... I can't forget. Instead I got Usher in Odyssey 1 through 3, so that's like a billion hours of games for... I don't know, it was like 20, 25 bucks? I think it might have been less, it was like on sale. I love when games are actually on sale. Thank you, Mr. Nintendo. Eevee, please. So I'm gonna assume the Eevee is a 5% encounter, probably. We'll get our... You know, we should probably... I guess while I'm here, we may as well kind of fill out our team. I don't think I'll be using these boys, but... I believe this is basically a guaranteed catch anyway. I'm not a real, like, doctor in terms of, like, how catch rate and stuff works. I love how they say it's a common sight in forests and woods. It's always on, like, regular, just... paths in the actual game. We don't get experience for that, so I think you do in Pokemon Polished Crystal, but again, it's a much less, And you can change all the stuff on the fly, by the way, like, you can change the sprites. It's not just, like, at the beginning of the game. Like, if you're having too much trouble with the NPC EVs, let's let's turn on PV to just make it like, you know, I want the experience bar. OG Plus. Oh! Actually, I think we want OG Plus, because look at, let's see. Oh. I think there's a few new sprites if you do OG Plus. Like, I think it's based on, like, Crystal, which has some extra, or Gen 2, rather. So all your Pokemon sprites in the menus aren't just, like, blobs. That's something I always kind of forget when I pop back in. It's like, oh, everything looks like generic Pokemon goes here.gpg. I don't think I actually need to weaken it quite as much, but... 8 pounds. That's a heavy rat. Imagine picking up a rat and it's like 8 pounds. It's disgusting. I had to save a poor mouse from the kittens. I saved it from 3 times, actually. It just kept coming back in, but I managed to... I walked it like a good mile or so away and it didn't come back. They were playing it at like midnight. The cats were awake and like chasing something. It's like, uh-oh, that's not good. And they had a mouse and they wouldn't kill it, so I had to take it out. And then like a few days later, they were playing again. It's like, oh, he came back. Think about removing pests from your home. Like, they consider your home their home, so you gotta kind of move them away so they don't just pop right back in. It's gotta be scary in the Pokemon world to have just like strangely powerful monsters just being like random pests and such. Eevee, please. Oh. Alright, let's go full Gen 1 like paranoia. What were your most paranoid like things you had about Pokemon, right? It's like, I saw Eevee in this patch of grass here, so I'm gonna search just wait, no, it was in fact the one at the left. I know that's not how it works now, but like I just feel like, alright, I have to make sure everything is perfect. I did the hold down and B and everything. That does not work. Let's get that Eevee. I could have sworn they added a few more Pokemon. Maybe it's in later routes. I guess this route is still pretty boring, but I want that Eevee. Hey, Strikinese. I hope we have enough balls to actually catch the Eevee. It'll be at level like 5 at most, so I think we should be good. I might just OHKO you. Gotta say, even with the... Well, again, it's a pure RGB thing. It's not... It doesn't make the battles super fast. I guess I could turn off battle animations. Battle text is not instant either, though. It's pretty fast, but... I just want my Eevee. I'm just very impatient, sorry. I want my damn Eevee. I'm not sure if you can hear the button mashing, but it's definitely happening. My mic tends to be pretty good at not picking up stuff like... Oh, come on. So you're not supposed to be in here. Took a quick BRB to attend some allergy emergencies. Hi, son. I see you licking your chops. You're after my water, aren't you? I don't even need this experience. I have Bulbasaur. I'm going into... Well, actually, I don't have any grass-type moves. But yeah, it's not like Brock is going to be a problem. Oh, come on. I'll get one more level, but like I don't even need it at this point. How rare is the Eevee spawn? I'm guessing 5%. That's the usual, like, rare spawn, quote-unquote, percentage. I'm sure it's listed in the code. Finally. Just to be sure we don't get a critical hit or anything. That's not good. Okay. Just... No crits. No crits. No crits. Alright. That's the best we can really do, so I hope this works. Uh-oh. Yes! Eevee was caught! We got Eevee! Alright. That was really, really, really close. Its genetic code is irregular. It may mutate if it's exposed to radiation from element stones. It shows our base stats, too. I honestly forget if it does that or not. I know it shows you them on level up, but I don't think the original Pokemon gives you, like, base stats, does it? There's that. Yeah, I think that's the Gen 2 sprite, isn't it? Or is it? Chat, what should we name our Eevee? How many characters? We're just gonna name her Poipolgorl, which will probably not apply once evolved, but whatever. That's pretty classic issue of naming your Pokemon early. That's honestly one of the reasons I don't tend to name my Pokemon when I first get them, because if it's a new generation or thing, it's like I don't know what you evolve into, so I'm gonna name you something completely irrelevant to what your final form is. I'm just gonna risk it. Nothing heals, so... I'm gonna throw and see if I can get the experience for my Eevee heal real quick. Look how adorable the back sprite is, holy crap. So again, the Gen 1 back sprite's kinda sucks, but... Uh-oh. It was worth a shot. Save us for Teta. Oh, look at that! Look at his big butt! The Space World sprites are so good, holy crap. Hey, Ramak. Alright, let's heal, and... we're probably gonna have to grind Eevee a little bit, but... What do you think the buttons on the Pokemon, healing machine do? It's like an inverse polarity one where they just, hurt the Pokemon? Tutorial? Oh, no, I think they disabled him. I don't believe anything conflicts with other stats. You're not limited the same way you are with Eevees in later gens. So I can just use that on my Eevee and not care. Different Eevees going on here, but... Ekans! Not the best spawn, but that is new here. I forget when. There's a Doduo somewhere around here that is very good and interesting. Doduo is another one of those Pokemon. It has an okay moveset as far as Gen 1 goes. It's got Tri-Attack. The good thing... Okay, so the interesting thing about this, I almost completely forgot. This game fixes some issues with typings and stuff. So Doduo is actually ground and flying, and learns Earthquake and Roost, which is so good. because there's too many Pokemon that are just, you know, normal flying. It does address some of those issues. We're in really bad shape. I don't... Can I even switch out of this in Gen 1? Oh, I can. So yeah, a lot of Pokemon with repetitive types have been updated a little bit. So yeah, Doduo is ridiculous. Let's just Leech Seed so I can actually deal damage even when you get me... Oh. So this is one of the things I didn't fix. Wrap is still super annoying. I think it's a little less annoying. Oh, doesn't need to do that. I forget quite all of the changes. There's like hundreds of them, honestly. Leech Seed is not a terrible move, but like early on when it does literally 1 damage per tick, it's like, See, I think Wrap is nerfed, because like, we should have been wrapped like 90% of this battle so far if it was real Gen 1 Wrap. Girl oh, right, the poison. Level 3 Pokemon issues. This is one of the many reasons people tend to just use their starter for the beginning. But things should smooth out after Brock, where things can take like 1 or 2 hits. Life has been quality. It really has. Alright, I don't have any more money. I always love these sprites, like... Blaine looks like a fucking alien. Like, what the hell? Everyone else looks kind of okay, but I guess it's his glasses and his, like, head. He looks like he's got, like, Roger from American Dad's head kind of going on. Just a Pidgey. I know there's Doduos around here somewhere. They could be in Viridian, they could be past Viridian, I forget. Well, I would normally be tempted to wait out a Pikachu. There's just so many more fun things we can do in this game, so we're gonna probably ignore our starter, we're gonna ignore Pikachu. We get Eevee early, so that's nice. We're just gonna try to use some strange Pokemon that you wouldn't normally try to use in a run. Spearow. I figured if you're changed, I guess I'll try and catch you. Better not. See, look at that lovely sprites. It actually, they look kind of too good for the front sprites now. But again, love Gen 1, it really has a lot of issues when you actually go and like play it again. A lot of it is easy to forgive because of the nostalgia, but when you look at Gen 1 as like the starting of this gigantic franchise that has persisted and like improved every single time, it's like you go back and it's like, oh, I'm stuck in Wrap for like 30 turns. cool, fun game, enjoyable. I love Pokemon actually. And then there's like, so I swear, between Final Fantasy 1 and the original Pokemon, so many of us have been trained to never use status type moves just because they were so broken or unclear and just never worked in these old games. Like, I swear, in Final Fantasy 1, I swear, like, at least half of non-damage dealing moves don't work or don't do anything at all in that game. Pokemon Gen 1 isn't quite so bad, but it really has some very strange stuff going on. Very poorly balanced. I don't think Doduo spawns there, but I could be wrong. Most of the NPCs are not too changed. This is another one of those like, oh, Gen 1 music is great. Usually. let's wait until it gets to the beat bop part. Oh, good. Or am I thinking the cave music, actually? Well, I did say we weren't gonna hunt for Pikachu if we just find a Pikachu, though. There's definitely better versions of the Viridian Forest theme. By the way, if you never noticed, check out the first forest in Gen 6, I believe it is? It's like exactly identical to the layout of Viridian Forest. That's when they started really leaning into the Gen 1 nostalgia. It was always like a little bit of a thing, but... Name suggestions for Pikachu? If I'm about to catch something, just suggest names, by the way. Next one is my first game, confirmed. Yeah. So these Pokemon gather, their electricity could build and cause lightning storms. I love all these forgotten, like... I'm sure it's been done probably in the anime at some point, but like, alright, Clefairies, right? I never did Mons. I don't intend to either. I'm not sure if we'll keep Remy or not, but we'll see. I mean, Electric is one of the types that wasn't that bad in the first place, so it might be a little boring, but we'll see. At least through the beginning, he'll probably be kind of useful. Oh god, I should really be using stand attack, shouldn't I? Probably stand out one more attack. It feels funny to be so crazy under-leveled later in later Pokemon games don't tend to let you find stuff that's like level 1 and 3 and such. Even so early on. But again, it doesn't really reduce the grind or anything. It makes so many Pokemon so much more viable. I did run with a Weedle. Beedrill is quite good in this one. I forget if they changed up its typing. I don't think they did, but there are much better moves for both Poison and Bug. And Twin Needle is like super buffed in this. Twin Needle is like really good. If only I could catch you. Every once in a while, I just like, because I play my Pokemon games portable mostly, so I'll turn off the game for a bit, or put it on sleep mode or whatever. I'll come back to a trainer fight, and it's like, wait, I don't have one of those, and I'll try to catch it. It's like, oh, stop, thief! You've disobeyed the law. Oh, a variety. I hate when the bug catchers have like 7 Weedles. Like, what's wrong with your life? Ah yes, 5 level 3 Weedles. What a good team. Ow, the thing actually hurts. Well, I guess you're on level 8. Let me see if we can get a little more XP for Poiple Girl. Level 15 Weedle. Actually, it's probably like exponentially worse, but I'm not 100% sure how the level scaling works in this. Should I bother letting you get experience? I don't think so. Unless they have to. Alright, one more should do it? Nope, you're toast. Should I get Remy some experience too? Alright, let's be safe, let's be safe. We can get some better experience from the gym. That is if we get our Bulbasaur some actual moves, I suppose, but... I always thought it was a cute hack that, so like... The game's in black and white, right? So they name all the towns colors, so kind of like... It feels like the game is colorful, even if it obviously is not. After all I did. I mean, you do have a relatively... Metapod's cool because its attack is its defense. It's not really true, but... At the starter's change at all? I don't think so. I think maybe... Grass Poison. I think some other Grass Poison Pokemon are changed, but I think Bulbasaur stays. I think Charizard might be Dragon-type. I honestly forget. I probably should have... Well, crap. There are wild starters and stuff. They will be much later on. Oh, I guess we're fine, actually. Oh, this is the part. It's just kind of notes. Also, the TM pool is like so much improved, and so many Mons can learn so many moves. Like, every single Pokemon can learn a completely viable moveset in this, with like everything being like roughly 75 or higher power. So like everything can benefit from Stab. Everything can have like a decent attacking move. There are some later gen moves like Roost and stuff switched in. A lot of like just terrible moves have been replaced with other much better new moves. We're not seeing too much of that yet because it's very early on, but obviously if you've already seen Eevee, I know there's a Doduo somewhere around here, I just don't know where. I'd be tempted to run a Beedrill, but I actually won one last time, so maybe... I'm thinking Venonat, honestly, if we get a Venonat. I'm not sure when. A lot of the Pokemon that are like crazy late, like Doduo, is originally in like Cycling Road. You notice we saw Ekans too, so... It's not just everything is everywhere, but certain interesting, not necessarily amazingly OP Pokemon end up earlier. And there's some rare ones here and there. See, that's what I want. I always like Venonat and Venomoth. No. Never mind. I don't want them anymore. So this is like actually pretty bad. Oh. You're special too, right? Of course you are. This is really bad, actually. Reset. I think we'll live. I think this will just take a really long time. Oh wow, Leech Seed is after the attack instead of after the turn. That's interesting. It's gonna take forever. Oh, and trade Evos evolve at level 37 now. That's a pretty common thing for pretty much any ROM hack worth its salt will remove trade Evos, because, you know, probably not going to trade in a ROM hack. Let's do it, Rattata. Can you do it? Can we do it, Rattata? Oh, we may be able to do it. We'll be close. Oof. I don't think we got him, but I think we can switch back to Bulbasaur and survive one hit. Oh yeah, totally. So I think this beginning is kind of what trains people to just level your starter constantly, like... Even just a few levels right now just makes things so tough to try to level your level 3 Pokemon. It wouldn't be that bad if it wasn't on live stream, though. I just turn off animations and kind of grind a little bit. Bro gave me 90 cents. Thanks, bro. I guess we may as well try it. I guess a little damage might help. True, this is pre-inflation. Though it's basically yen, so it's kind of not inflated. Just Japanese economics things. Hairy bug. Have you ever seen a Weedle and thought, ah yes, hair. Often found in forests eating leaves. There's a sharp venomous stinger on its head. Suspicious set of grass. I guess there's no point in swapping yet. I forget if they... I think the name rater's still in Viridian. Whatever we decide on for our mains will definitely be names. Do we have plans to complete the Pokédex? Probably not on stream. We'll see though. It honestly doesn't take crazy long. Or it shouldn't. Honestly, I'm not sure if we'll 100% finish this. We'll just kind of play it by ear. I was planning to do a randomizer first, but... I think there's hidden items here, isn't there? I'm not 100% sure how well a randomizer will go. I was not feeling confident enough today because I woke up like super late. There are not any hidden items here. I think that guy probably stole them. Alright, let's just see what's in here real quick. Oh, Ekans. I would get you for poison type coverage, but obviously, yeah. I didn't even name Bulbasaur, did I? Wow. We probably won't keep Bulbasaur, honestly. Wait, Sharpen? Oh, right, yeah, so... a lot of, like, strangely exclusive moves have been unexclusivized. I forget what the heck Sharpen even does in this now. Growlithe! Wow, okay. We'll catch that. We'll catch that. No, we won't. We won't catch that, sorry. We'll buy some balls and then come back and catch that. I love his jet like jet hair. So this is originally in the, you know, burned down mansion. Basically the ending of the game, the original, so... Just for variety's sake, nice to find it so early. So I can probably buy like 0 to 1 Pokeballs thanks to getting like 90 cents a couple of times. How much do I got? I can buy 1 ball! Alright. Much as I want that Growlithe, we'll probably just have to rush through the gym here. We just need some money before we do too much. That Clefairy came from the moon. I love how pathetic this gym is. There's one guy, and he's completely comically optional. I'll make his day, though. Stop right there, kid. You're still light years from facing Brock. Iconic line. He's like 10 feet away max, but okay. I love that cry. I would say Sharpen raises like accuracy and attack or something. Accuracy and attack, yep. Now that we need the... Sand attack is so good, by the way. I should probably stack a couple of it, but... Oh. Yeah, I should... Get a bit more sand attack on you. Pocket Sand! Imagine being a Diglett, by the way, and not being able to handle sand, like... Nice. I think sand attack is one of the few moves that, like, little baby children might have learned, oh, maybe it doesn't have to deal damage always. That and, like, Double Team. Uh-oh. Let's just get Remy, like, 1 level up from here. Oh my god, he's so cute! Ooh, ouch. It's honestly still a pretty off-model battle sprite, but I like it. I really appreciate the effort to get the entire back sprite in there. Even later gens wouldn't necessarily do that. No, it's not very good. Okay, you're basically expected to just grind your starter at this point. Oh my gosh, Duskclaw! So that is a really good early ground type move. There are very few ground-type moves in early Pokemon. There's Earthquake, which is like the most overpowered thing ever, but aside from that... Save us, Weedle. So if you don't recognize a move, it's almost certainly going to be one of those added moves. They don't tend to be super crazy overpowered, but they generally be like between 40 and 80 power. They may have special effects and such, like you saw Sharpen. I think Sharpen is Gen 2 anyway. It acts like Hone Claws, not actual Sharpen, but no, Sharpen is a trading card game mood, isn't it? Duskclaw is Fury Swipes. Oh yeah, so a lot of moves have been replaced. I think there's like a limit on how many actual moves you can have in the game, so a lot of less good moves have been just replaced with the new stuff. But it doesn't necessarily work like the move that are replaced, of course. Oh, for Pete's sake, Pidgey! Not like I'm putting you into a fair fight, but still. Nice. Why is its sand attack failing? This is such classic, like, especially for early game, this is such nice, cheesy bullshit. Get him a Leech Seed and just absolutely spam sand attack. Now, if we did any actual grass moves, we would be blazing through this. But this kind of works. Eevee is almost getting up there. Eevee's about par level now, finally. There we go! Oh my gosh, finally, so we can now beat Brock. That's good to know. Darn. Light years isn't time, it measures distance. Pretty hot, but not as hot as Brock. Hot meant something different than 90s, okay? Remember the 90s. Alright, can I buy some Pokeballs now, please? Like, 2? Oh! Exactly 2. Yo, there aren't any TMs here either. Why are Marts so lame? I have to do something about this. I hope they don't mind having some competition. When me and Dad hit the next city, my plan starts. I'll need a cool name, too. Let's see, the TM kid? No, that. Not that. This is truly a story about the TM kid. Did you check out the museum? No. Oh! Right. Does this guy get paid for every, like, person he refers to the museum? I think there's a hidden here in a later gen or something. Did I set the OSD to plus? I think the OSD OG plus like fixes some of the oddities, like it's a low sound channel game, so a lot of times sound effects will overlap the music or mess things up. I think that's what OG Plus does. In fact, it's got a select thing to like describe stuff. Let's check that real quick. Turn off battle real quick. If OG Plus, new music and sound effects will play in some places. Oh, cool. Audio pan. You gotta leave on the bike fade. Oh, neat! Gives new sprites to some of the gym leaders. I love that the glitch, it doesn't just like make the sound stop, it like down pitch the music for a second there. Very cute. Alright, I either want that Growlithe, a Doduo, or I want SeaWorldGirl to be level 10. We'll see which happens first. I might get just a bit of experience for Remy, too. Really wants us to get that Ekans. Ekans is another one of my favorite sprites in Gen 1 that's just... it's not really a Pokemon, it's literally just an animal. It's just a snake. Like, Ekans may be just a snake, but you know, there's a little bit of a design to it. This is just a snake. Do you know Ninjoto is smart enough to sell TMs? Yeah, let's get some XP for Remy. Nobody here is smart enough to sell TMs, that's why really... Here we go! 2 turns to get lucky, buddy. Oh! Oh, right! So, Roar and Whirlwind have been replaced, so Roar does damage now, and it's a Dragon-type move, actually. Which is... especially for right now, it's significantly less annoying. Come on, come on! Got him! Alright, we got Growlithe. Very protective of its territory, it will bark and bite to repel intruders from its space. What should we name Growlithe? We'll call him Curry, or Tim for short. Love that just actually a bird sprite. Let's go for broke! Oh! Critical and it's still nothing! Poor Remy. Level 3 Pokemon are not that good. We're getting a slightly interesting party going up here. In fact, I'm gonna ditch my more boring ones. Oh, this old menu is so bad. We might keep Weedle just because Beedrill sucks less. Beedrill was like the best bug Pokemon, but he's still kind of a joke, sadly. He's a lot better now. I forget if this is the game, but there was a mod I played where certain Pokemon have like a certain buff to a specific move. Like I think Twin Needle, or what is it? Yeah, I think Twin Needle does like more damage, but only for Beedrill or something. I'm Rock! I'm Peter's Gym Gym Leader. I believe in rock-hard defense and determination. That's why my Pokemon are all the Rock-type. You still want to challenge me? Fine then, show me your best. Eventually just saying no, I was like, yeah. Got his titties covered up. What? Oh, I think that was my dank Cheevos thingy. This poor Geodude is about to be obliterated. So get your Fs ready. It's such a shame we can't refight him. Or did they add that? I think they added that in Pokemon Polish Crystal. That's a bit better. In fact, that's what I would do in some of these early games. I would just lose on purpose to you know, gym leaders and stuff to get my experience up. Like, if I didn't have enough money to, like, really lose. Better not risk it. The bruise. Taking his boulder badges out, you know? So, don't sit on my laptop, please. There's a reason you're not supposed to be in here, honey. Oh, so Bite is different. Bite is actually bulk up. It increases attack and defense instead of making your Pokemon completely worthless for like 5 turns. I wonder when the first time we get an Evolution Stone is. I think they probably fixed the weird bug with the stat buffs on the... I think every time your stats change, the buffs from badges are reapplied in Gen 1. It's very buggy. So the TMs have been super shifted around too. He does in fact still give Bide, however... I don't think it actually describes Bide to you. You saw it in the battle. Bide is attack plus defense. It's bulk up. HMs are still, or TMs are still single use, but you can buy TMs, and eventually at the very end of the game, you'll be able to buy all of them. Yeah, Bide is so much better now. You looked at me, didn't you? Tiny little socks. Oh, that's a good Nidoran. I'm loving the chain sprites. Remy cannot handle this, but we should live this at one attack. He's got a good critical hit Eevee though. Ivy. This should be safe. I wonder what we could use for Eevee that would really benefit from Sharpen. I'm trying to think of low accuracy moves that are good in Gen 1. Not really ringing bells. If we could teach it Hydro Pump as a, no, that's physical. Actually, you know what, it's an Eevee. It's always going to be special anyway, isn't it? Oh, I think we pushed it too far. Oh! Do you think Weedle? Do you think Weedle can do it? Get him, Weedle! I think Weedle may have this. No. Weedle has this if we can. Oh. I think poison can be poisoned in Gen 1, right? Ow, 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 ow. I just stabbed myself on my monitor. Why are things allowed to have such sharp edges still? It doesn't help my skin is dry as hell. Please end winter. Oh my gosh, Weedle. Weedle, you can do this. It'll take 37 years, but you can do this, Weedle. Just poison it. Were they that smart back in Gen 1 that they didn't allow poison to be poisoned? I'm honestly surprised if so. I thought that was like a semi-recent thing where like, now grass can't be affected by grass type status effects and stuff. Or status moves rather. Oh my god. Oh, we did it! We did it, Reddit! Oh wow. No level ups out of all of that awfulness. I guess we did split it that many ways, but still. There's so many special attackers right now, I can't think of who to use Bide on. Bide on is my favorite presidential Pokemon, by the way. Especially in Gen 1, anything with just like on at the end, it's like, oh yeah, that's just how you end Pokemon names. Garudon, Rhydon, etc. That is such a good sprite. Gen 1 Meowth is incredible. A lot of the sprites are not so great, but like, you gotta love Gen 1 Meowth. I think Payday is slightly buffed too. You got it, Weedle. You got it, Weedle. Oh, so Lick I think is decent now. One whole damage from Leaks. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay, okay, okay. We can at least pull out a win. Ow. For Eevee for sure. Does it not take poison damage if it KOs? Gen 1 is so weird. Alright, we're fine. It doesn't know the lick doesn't work. So one frustrating thing about the Eevee family, I forget, Gen 1 is so weird about, like, Pokemon that learn moves after, like, a stone evolution and stuff. I think that's partially fixed in this, though. So I don't think we have to, like, resort to TMs to be able to teach, like, our Flareon or something. Is that new music, by the way? Quit staring if you don't want to fight. You looked at me, bro, but okay. The trainers have definitely calmed down. They can be very uppity in Gen 1. I love how that guy that, like, demands that you play Brock is just, he's just gone. He's just, like, dead or something now. We don't need him. I love that skipping that NPC is, like, a non-trivial part of the 90% run of Pokemon Gen 1. Skip that nerd that makes you fight a battle. Hi, sub. I was thinking of fighting in Viridian, but they're not going to give me money because they're all just bug catchers, so I guess we'll fight here. Get some money for some more balls. Hey, I met you in Viridian Forest. Doubt it. They don't even have original names in this, he's just bug catcher. I should set up, actually. I don't really need the accuracy buff, but better than nothing, I suppose. Oh, hey, quick attack! Would you start missing, please? You know what I'm doing? Oh my god, I'm mashing. So the text is instant unless you have the button held. That's so funny. So I need to be mashing the button less. Surprising. So you're about to learn the power of setup if you never did that, by the way. I probably should have set up a little bit more, but... See, I could have full unswept even with just a level 10 EV. If I fully maxed out with Sharpen. Gen 1 Kakuna looks so scary. It really doesn't sadly match what Kakuna really is, but I like the sprite a lot. It's almost like a Castlevania anime or something. Thanks a lot. Excuse me. Thanks to the $1 idiot. So we've seen Charmander, which means... yeah, they're right there. Oh, so they're not even that far. I think the locations might be based on Hello Eevee and Pikachu. I remember Squirtle's being right near Viridian. Or not Viridian. Cerulean. Back Eevee spray is so cute. I should really pay attention to how many, like, Mons these guys have. Ooh. Definitely should have healed. Okay. Well, let's see how Weedle does. Let's see how Weedle does. Weedle's not going to do too well. Can we poison? Can we get the poison though? You cannot get the poison. Alright, we got the poison! I'll be nice to Weedle and try to level it up. If Remy is super lucky, we might get a couple levels out of this. Oh wow, takes a little damage from that. Isn't poison supposed to be 1/16th? Ouch. That did not look like 1/16th, but whatever. Steamroll you. Oh, maybe not. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Famously difficult Pokemon Gen 1, yes. I think it might have been Polished Crystal. I did play a hack that actually made run work from trainers. Like, it's basically just a forfeit option, but still, it's better than just waiting to lose. Yeah, we are toast. It's not like we had any money anyway. It does skip the forced, you know, healing your Pokemon thing, I think. We just lost the Shorts guy. I just realized, oh my god. Of all of the people to lose to, we lost the Shorts are comfy and easy to wear. If I recall correctly, oh, so I believe Mons have been like, or Trainer Mons have been buffed a bit too in this. Also, I did turn on Pokemon EVs, so like they have stat, or whatever the equivalent is in this game. So they will have, like, better than 0 EVs in this. Oh, this is kind of a dangerous setup, but... I think that's enough. Let's try, like, 4 sharpens. So, stat boosting skills are like really powerful, by the way. I think 2 stacks is basically equivalent to like 50 to 100% more of that stat. Like, it's very significant. Please work. You better be in sweeping mode, because if you're not, oh my goodness. All the things. Well, we should be able to get a level on Remy at least. Good luck, Remy. Alright. If we hit through that, it's good. Let's go Weedle! Let's go Weedle! Weedle's done with that. Weedle dies instantly! This is what happens when you fail your setups. As long as someone survives to actually get some experience here, I'll be happy. We're not taking this guy down. It's up to you, Remy. We're toast. Well. We have basically no money to lose anyway. Maybe we'll do a quick run through Viridian. I'd catch you just for completion, but like, we really don't have a lot of balls right now. A lot of balls coming in here. Oh, of course, good. It's like in the original Gen 1, if an enemy is faster than you and they just decide to wrap you, you can't do anything ever. It's awful. I'm not entirely sure if that's fixed or not in this. And Wrap also does garbage damage, but it's so crushing to lose to it because it just takes a billion years. And you just can't do anything once it's started. Like, you can't even pick a move, it's just... nope. PlayStation Networks. So a lot of the Pokemon randomizers, you can get really good mons really early, so it tends to cut a lot of the early game grind out, just kind of based on that. There's also options like just instant catch Pokemon with any ball and stuff. So you could like have a Ho-Oh on round 1 and just catch it with a Pokeball first try, and just sets up some interesting situations and does remove a lot of this early game awkwardness. Most later games aren't quite so, you know, need the grind, but... down. Sadly, Poipole Girl is not really going to be that good as the main until we get an Evolution Stone. I'm thinking whatever stone we get first, we'll just use on her. Where the heck did I find that Doduo? I think Quick Attack is like categorically better than Tackle. It's the same or possibly better attack, and it doesn't have like a low accuracy like Tackle does. I think it's like 90%, 95% for Tackle in this. I don't know my moveset, so I'm not sure there's a specific move I'm gonna get eventually with Eevee. Something like Takedown or Bottle Slam would be great. I don't think she's gonna learn that anytime soon, though. Beetle. I always love this like bizarre electrical distortion sound it makes, like, huh? Of course, it's about half of Gen 1 prize, but... too many stone evolution mons. Like, no matter what, Remy is not going to get that step buff until we get an lightning stone. Stone Needle. Poipole Girl either. I guess if we get Bulbasaur to 16, we'll be sitting pretty for a while. Especially with the gym, so... The good thing about Bulbasaur is the first 2 gyms are free. Oh, hey! I definitely want you. Only 2 tries, let's see. Those are the shadows of tall trees where it eats insects. It's attracted by light at night. This will make more sense once it's a venom moth. I think I'll try to make that a main. Also, I think I want to say that Butterfree is Bug Psychic in this. There's some really interesting changes. I'm not sure if that was a Gen 1 miss or not, but yeah. Good stuff. Quick attack missed. You can't jam out if you're a Pokemon trainer! Okay, next for the 90s. I'm pretty sure a lot of these had just 1 Mon in the original too. It definitely adds some challenge. So later game, it's not quite as challenging because you have so much, you have better move pools, but at the same time, the enemies have access to those better move pools too, so it's definitely harder than the original, especially if you turn on the player EV or NPC EVs, because then they won't have like minimum stats every time. They just naturally benefit from so many more moves are viable now. So even if they're like a random AI trainer that doesn't try to be smart, they can still hit you with some really good moves just because there are more. Like it's not even strictly like intentionally a difficulty hack, but it does kind of work out that way somewhat. Oh yeah, Venonat's adorable. Venonat. I actually might turn on set just because I can like... That's just such a cheap way to get some experience on Mons that aren't very good. I usually do it to set just because of like, it just adds difficulty pretty freely. Because you can't, you know, they switch into Charizard and you just immediately switch in a rock type or something. Which is so rude. Been longer than I thought. Definitely gonna do a quick BRB. I'll be right back. 60 cents. Darn, I'm gonna go catch some stronger ones. Quick save and just a real quick BRB. Alright, chat, is it time to see if I regret this energy drink? My sleep's been so bad lately, it honestly couldn't be worse because of this, so... whatevs. It's Nos, by the way. So, back of the grindstone. Should probably just leave. Hey, you have Pokemon! Come on, let's battle them! Straight to the point, I get it. Just all bug catchers. Oops, all bug catchers. Poiple might be able to handle this. Yeah, the poison ticks are still pretty weak. Weeper. Gen 1 Caterpie looks so angry, look at that. So what's everyone's favorite Gen 1 Pokemon? I was a big Charizard fangirl when it came out. I'm not good at picking favorites though, in general. I'm just gonna go save and heal. I love the arrows. Just if you're so dumb that you forget which place you came in from, at least you got arrows. Sometimes it could use though, just not in that game. I hate that thing where you do a random encounter right at the beginning of like an area and you forget totally where you are, and you just leave through like the same door you just came in. Random encounters can be so hazardous for just like remembering where the hell you're even going. Oh, you know what? We should check the grass out here. Do we have any more money? I think I have like one ball. Let's see if we get lucky. Meowth? That's right. I think I'll take that. I think I'll take that. All right. We only got one shot, so let's get this as low as we can. Would you be able to take just one more? I'm really eyeing that payday right now. Got it! Scratch Hat adores circular objects. Wanders the streets on a nightly basis to look for dropped loose change. Same, Bessie. Want to give a nickname? Sure. Let's call him Shine. Remy some experience, I suppose. Knitter and female. Not bad. But kind of standard. I'm trying to avoid so much of the standard. That's one of the really nice things that it does is adding some later Pokemon so you can kind of make use of some mains that you wouldn't normally touch. Shine time. The annoying thing about item evolutions is like, so with Bulbasaur I clearly have a target for level 16, he'll be quote-unquote good at that point. Remy here will not be specifically good until like we learn specific moves, or an evolution obviously would help. If we'd at least learn, like, Thunder Wave and Thunderbolt would be a good start. Shock is fine at this point, it's just not gonna win us too many battles too quick. Man, I do not remember where that duo is. I'm trying to battle the shift just so I can kind of cheese some experience on my lesser used mods. Okay, the Spiro is another one that really does not look accurate to... It's not show accurate or whatever. We should be good. I remember to not hold the button. That's actually kind of annoying, so holding the button makes it go faster in the original, but now it goes slower, because it's instant by default. Did I deliver the parcel? Yeah, I did. Not allowed to get this far without doing that, but yeah. So did anyone here actually go and like try to go to the Indigo Plateau early? Because you can kind of try it, like you can go through here. Oh, item. And try to go to Victory Road, and every badge unlocks some progress on the road, but there's usually no point. I think in some gens you can get some wild Pokemon out of that. But it's pretty pointless. One thing I think Pokemon Polished Crystal adds is getting experience for catching Pokemon. I always preferred that. I think Pokemon Gen 6 started that. I like Gen 6. Gen 6 gets a little bit too much hate. The villain team sucks, but hey, like, villains have been pretty rough for a while. Like, Team Galactic, and honestly, I didn't too much enjoy Team Platinum or whatever. Or not Platinum, maybe it's just because I played Black 2 instead of Black 1 first. I just couldn't get too into the villains in that one either. So there's Rocket, Magma, Aqua. The heck is Gen 4? Gen 4 is Galaxy. Gen 5. What the heck are they in Gen 1, Gen 5? They have that weird, like, night aesthetic going on. Hey, Baxter. Oh wow, it learns Payday that early. That's good. I really would like some money right now. Once you get like a full team of at least sort of interesting Pokemon, I won't feel too much urge to like catch everything, but it's just such a nice feature to be able to have a little bit more Pokemon, well, a lot more access to interesting Pokemon this early. I'd probably be a little safe here. Switch to Shine. It's my exact double. Ooh, very nice. So spamming Payday was like literally the only way to grind money in Gen 1 other than fighting the Elite Four over and over. You better believe I spam that attack a lot. I think we've seen most of the interesting stuff here. So even with the quality of life enhancements, this is kind of one of those games that could be done on like double speed and it would play just fine. Now I could speed it up, but then the music would get awful, so I don't usually do that unless it's crazy bad grind. It's just a mistake. I really don't want to over-level Bulbasaur too much, but it'll get through stuff quickly. Again, we must have special attackers, so I guess I'll use that on Shine. Bide might be good for Shine, actually. So weird to think of Bide being good in any way, but yeah. In fact, I think I'll slap that on right now. Like, it's such a relief to not have to worry too much about TMs, because you can eventually buy any TM. The gym badge ones stay rare until the very end of the game, I believe. But there's going to be a lot of decent stuff we can buy just at random marts and such. Also, the pools for what mons can learn what is massively expanded. So you can see just about everything there could learn Bide. Though Gen 1 had this odd thing where if it was a TM, a surprising amount of Pokemon could learn it even if it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, everything can learn Surf. Not everything, but like, really. Pretty ridiculous set of stuff can learn Surf in Gen 1. And Flash, whatever Flash even like entails Pokemon doing. Oof! 16 cents! We're on our way! So that levels up every time the Mon does. 10 times your level is the flat per payday drop rate. For what it's worth, this is the modded green version. It doesn't change too much. I think it changes maybe like the default palette if you do Super Game Boy or Game Boy Color. It might change like the quote-unquote default mons like Weedle. We'll still see Caterpie. It's just in a different place. All 151 mons are available to us. That feels so much better now that we're getting just even any amount of money. Oh, never mind. Caterpies are here too. Again, they're kind of interesting because I'm pretty sure Bug Psychic is what Butterfree's type is in this. Which I kind of think is actually more interesting than Venonat, but we'll stick with what we got for now. Excuse me. More birds. The 80s and 90s either loved or hated birds. I'm not really sure which, but every video game had to have birds. That did surprising amount of damage. Funny thing about palettes, my brain is no longer registering the palette as being like particularly different. It's like, yeah, that's Game Boy. Honestly, it's pretty close to the original, just, you know, tinted purple, of course. There's some fun out there palettes, but I just want something nice and simple and purple, of course. See if we can actually beat Shorts Boy now. Oh, if only I had Sand Attack on me. Or Teta. Or, Teta. I hate that thing where you see a thing and you just say it. Oh, of course. I was Shorts Kid, the biggest wall in the game. You know what, fine. I was even gonna set up and everything. Wow! It's still hitting with 3 up! Oh my god. Tailwhip somehow still lands. No! This is completely ridiculous. I didn't even get a chance to start actually setting up. I just dropped this accuracy. It didn't help at all. High accuracy EV. Why is Mount so swole? I may have to turn off the EVs for trainers for a little bit. I'm not sure exactly how much difficulty that adds. It's feeling like a lot right now, though. Come on, Remy! Come on, Remy! Oh, for Pete's sake. This will hopefully be a level, or close. Shoot, we have nothing good for that. Yep, we're toast. Wow. Don't think this is gonna work, but... Critical hit! 1 damage. Oh yeah, we're so toast. I wonder if trainers just by default have full EVs or something? If so, that definitely explain it. We are still under level, at least with half our mons, but wow. Alright, I'm gonna turn that off. If on-opponent trainer Pokemon will receive stat EXP in battles, battles will be a bit harder. So no trainer EVs. Let's see if this is like ridiculously easier. So many short shorts. That's not great. Definitely seems weaker, doesn't it? Nothing happened. Oh, okay. Sharpen. Sharpen. 4. 5. 6. Alright, sweeping time. Absolutely not. I officially had to set up to sweep Shorts Boy. Wow. I still didn't know HQ. I guess Sandshrew I think has like decent defenses. But still, it's +6 attack. I don't believe it. I don't either. In my opinion, that's kind of one of the best indications of a decent difficulty-wise hack is how often do you end up going back to the Pokemon Center? The best hacks tend to have me going every like 2 to 4 NPC battles, if not every like couple. At least the more challenging ones, anyhow. That look you gave me, it's so intriguing. Everyone wants to suck my dick on this route. What the hell, guys? This is calm down. She's got a Squirtle, so there's definitely some changes in the random Pokemon, or not random, but the trainer Pokemon. So you see a lot less of just like 10 Weedles. Bubble can't paralyze, right? It's just a possible slowdown? Yeah. Be nice. Avoid fights by not letting people see you. I guess this route is just a way to train into you really quick. Like, this is how annoying Pokemon trainers can be, so try to avoid their line of sight. I guess as long as they don't have too many mons, I don't need to set up that hard. Oh, so here's the fun thing, Roar. So Roar is now a Dragon-type move. Pretty decent one, too. It's not like Dragon Breath, but I think it must be at least like 40 base power? Maybe 60? So in the original Gen 1, there was literally one move that was Dragon-type, and it was fixed damage, so Dragon-type could never deal super effective damage. One of many things sought to be fixed by this hack. In fact, let's compare here. So that does a little less than half. I'll do, I'm guessing like 60 base power for that? Trainers are such crybabies in this one too. Try to, oh. I'm trying to get a couple levels on Shine, too. Hey, you're not wearing shorts! They're comfortable and easy to wear. alpha this out of like all possible things. This is one of the things that Pokemon still carries to this day. Shorts. Oh, dang. Oh. No more time to set up. How good could this possibly be? Not nearly good enough. It's got Horn Attack at level 14? Again, a lot of the enemies are just much tougher because they just have actually decent attacks. Which for Gen 1 is so odd. Let's see if we can get Remy a little XP. Hey! Good job! So I'm really not meant to be even leveling up like a full team at this point. I'm just lost. I just hate to overlevel my starter and such. I'm gonna basically treat Eevee as my starter too. It's one of the fun options you're allowed to due to just widening the pool of early game Pokemon. It's just hard not to take advantage of that because just it's one of those games. Well, at least in my experience, it's just one of those things you play too much and it's like I at least want something a little different. It's like being able to start off with like a pseudo legendary, just like anything that's normally late game that you don't normally see. So that's the experience. You can fight my new Pokemon. I forget if they even like. This seems like it's kind of trying to teach you, oh, fresh caught Pokemon aren't as good. I forget when it even like bothers to actually tell you that though. So this should be just physical from here, so actually... Is Poison physical or special in Gen 1? I actually forget. It's not an Eevee, so it has to be physical. It's a real way to tell if something is physical or special before the split, by the way. Anything that Eevee evolves into plus Dragon is considered special. Which means, quite clearly, whenever Eevee gets another evolution, it'll probably be Dragon. Might as well go for broke. Poor Metapod is backwards in Gen 1 sprites, by the way. I actually kind of prefer how it looks this way. It looks like a sleepy baby instead of an angry old man. Giant's trying to learn Lick. May as well, we'll never use Scratch anyway. Oh, I love that you have to press start to overwrite a move in this. If you're mashing text, like I sure am, that way you'll never accidentally replace a move. Done like dinner. Trained Pokemon, they're stronger than the wild ones. There we go, there's your tutorial for you. Yeah. So this area is nice enough, there's a Pokemon Center. I think we're gonna catch that. If we even have a ball. No, we don't have a ball. Well, we'll come back and catch that, I think. Very unique Pokemon to have early on. So it's Grass and Psychic, completely unique type, in Gen 1. None too common after Gen 1 either. I'm sure there's at least one like legendary that's like that, but I can't think of others. Celebi for sure. Look at those good eggs. Not a bad egg among them. I think it might have been Polished Crystal that had the hack to, like, heal without pressing any buttons. I wore a Pokemon on my belt, which was the style at the time. No thanks. Oh, talk to me again. Oops! Crap. Alright, wait. There's no room for Pokemon. Failfish was sent to the Pokemon Box 1. Yeah, we... 2.5 Pokeballs wasted. And we're not messing with that just yet. Hello, Vulcan. I always thought these guys look like Vulcans. I'm gonna journey to Mount Moon to catch some rare Pokemon. Oh, hey, so I did this based on the green version actually. So you'll see the Japanese trainer sprites, which is mostly just several characters have whips for some reason. They definitely didn't start Pokemon with the same exact like branding idea as they ended up with. Whipping your Pokemon, like I think all the ace trainers and stuff have like whips and such. And definitely the Team Rocket guys. Not quite the, like, childish bond with your Pokemon kind of thing the modern games are, well, even since, like, Gen 2. I guess the anime really kind of started that, even more than anything else. Oh. Ouch. He might be good. I think we can do this. Perfect. Oh hey, Doduo! So this will increase, so that's another nice thing about just having so many different Pokemon in trainer slots too, is it'll be registered in our Pokédex, so I would love to Thundershock it, but like I said, this should be ground type. That or Dodrio, Saundra. Yep. So it's a ground and flying. Very cool for Gen 1. Very powerful against Pikachu. Does mean we can find weapon at least. Ow. I think Poiple's got this. I should have named her Poiple Goyle. Oh well. We can fix that for Vermilion? No. Lavender. Luckily you took me down to your Pokemon Center, I would have turned back. What, you mean you don't, like, pass out and magically find yourself at the last Pokemon Center like an alcoholic when you lose all your Pokemon? That always seemed rude to me. Everyone else is fine without their Pokemon, but... I gotta find some way to jam the old JRPG mechanics in there. Let's get curry. I guess I better keep Bulbasaur for now. Back when the PC did not heal your Pokemon. If you've played modern Pokemon games and never gone all the way back, it's a real surprise, like, how much stuff you find yourself missing just from quality of life stuff. Like being told, ooh, Aurora Beam! Shine of all Mons, no. That could potentially be useful for Eevee, though. You can't make her a Glaceon, but suspicious men are in the cave. Are we gonna do it? What's going on here? Oh, hopefully not. Oh, hey, you found a Paris instead of a Weedle. I really do not have good moves or any of the Mons right now. I should be getting fire types soon, though. I always like Paris. Oh right, I gotta check the Pokédex to see where the Doduo spawns. I know it's early. See, this is just a nice classic way to just the FX, right? Pokemon Battle-type Shift just lets you kind of switch in terrible Pokemon at the start to just nicely leech experience without taking an extra turn of damage like you would if it was set. So if you're looking for a challenge in Pokemon, one of the quickest ways to do so is to just turn on set battle order, because it basically gives you a free whole turn, because you can just swap out for something really good against the opponent. It's just... There's the other spicy canine critter. It doesn't have too much fire. Uh-oh, that's bad. About the same. Shine might be able to handle this. Ooh, dang! Here's Dustclaw. So we already have a ground type move, one of the best types to have for attacking. So Pokédex. Oh, not quite yet. It's definitely early. Wait. Maybe on the Indigo Plateau area I can get it? My Varus. Oh, it lowers attack too, that's nice. This does not do the types, I'm pretty sure anyway, this does not do the physical special split. And special is still defense and attack. It is Pokemon Pure RGB, so it tries to keep fairly close. We can get a Doduo later. Just search this grass real quick. Ooh! That's another really good early find. I already have Growlithe though. No balls. Eggs! Still can't get the eggs. So fun fact, Spore is 100% accuracy and puts Pokemon to sleep. Hypnosis is 50%. So a lot of moves may seem the same conceptually in Pokemon, but Spore is like super overpowered. Only downside, well, two downsides. It's very rare, and it cannot affect anything grass type. This is trying to put me asleep while I'm already asleep. Some good old Gen 1 sleeps. You don't even get to attack if you wake up. Fortunately, Tim here is on the ball. He's fine. These are very common for... yeah. Also, one nice thing about just... not just having access to these Pokemon early, but each route not having just the same Pokemon. One of the reasons I loved Pokemon Gen 6 is just every route had like 5 or 6 new Pokemon. Just going through like 5 routes, and there's only being, you know, 1 to 2 new Pokemon each time, if that, is just so frustrating. You gotta catch them all, not just like the same few over and over. They look like such like Mega Man bosses up there. Sucked health from Curry. Having everyone at 10 or over should be a good start. These executes aren't putting up too much of a fight either. Oh, you're still not weak to poison, are you? Psychic not resist poison? I'm just not psychic yet. I forget, honestly. Oh, sleep. Fortunately, it's too dumb to realize I am still asleep. I think even in modern gens, though, wild Pokemon just kind of randomly pick a move. There's no attempt at logic whatsoever, at least in mainline games. That took a little doing, but... Mankey! Another not supposed to be here one. Very good. Tell me when the disable wears off? It does? Thought so. It got too many leers in. Oh well. Remy could use experience too. Super tired, but like I'll just sleep past noon just for no reason. I don't feel better or worse. It's just like that's what my body wants to sleep to at this point right now. What? I'm waiting for my friends to find me here. What do you mean what? You came to me! I wonder how much of this is just like the localization's a little weird, just you know, early localization. Clefairy! So that's supposed to be around here. Clefairy is still normal type. Still no poison. Whatever. Poiple. Gosh, these triggers are strong. That text being aligned to the very top with no white space is bothering me just a little bit. You know, Clefairy's name there. Gen 1 plus, you know, early, well, not early Game Boy, but, you know, Game Boy aesthetics. This was kind of late for a Game Boy game, wasn't it? Maybe Special would do more damage. Just woke up and already getting pounded. Come on. Wow. The lower attack thing is pretty nice, isn't it? I think Sing is also 50%. That's another sleep-inducing move. I lost? There's some very rare fossils here. What? Don't sneak up on me! He says, rushing over to me. I love it just like on the ground, ass is ready for action. I love Magnemite. It's just a bunch of shit. It's just a bunch of shit. So lightning types can, electric types can be paralyzed this gen. Did you ever learn anything actually fire type? I'm not sure why it flashes for 1 frame to original Game Boy Color, because it's not supposed to do that, but whatever. Is that like Game Boy settings palette? Like that color doesn't exist in my palette, but whatever. I guess we really should have named Bulbasaur, but whatever. I was kind of hoping to ditch it by now, but we should probably keep it just because of, you know, speed reasons. Poison powder. Everything's critically. I guess it is Gen 1. Tons of crits are probably not. It's probably not that unusual in Gen 1. I think we can out survive this. Yeah, we should be fine. Just barely. Maybe? Where did we first... I feel like we get an evolution stone within the next dungeon or so, don't we? My Pokemon won't do. Everyone's talking about stronger Pokemon already. I'm slightly inclined to agree, but like, come on guys. But the emulator I'm using is Emohawk. Does anyone know how to like make palettes not have that flash of white like there? Like it should be this lavender color when it flashes like that. I changed all 3 palettes, so there's separate colors for the background sprite layer 1 and sprite layer 2. But I have it all set up to be just this palette. Oh, super quick BRB, by the way. back. Shine, just because. Hi, Shine. Hi, real Shine. Hi, big man. We'll try to get Shine some levels, because then we can get money and kind of steamroll some stuff. Persian's pretty decent. A lot of people sleep on normal type Pokemon, but Persian's fast, strong. Give it Body Slam or whatever, and pretty good. I love the slight pomp he's got. And look at this! We've got ground type. I'm not sure how this would work, but did anyone ever make like an emulator with the ability to say like double speed and keep the music at the same speed? You'd probably still have to mute sound effects and stuff, but could be kind of complicated, I guess. But some of these old games could just be so grindy. That's why I wanted to check out Pokemon Speed Choice. It's just kind of quality of life ROM with just a ton of stuff that'd be nice for testing speedrunning or just speedrunning in general. Just lots of nice little options it adds. We, Team Rocket, are Pokemon gangsters. See, they got the whips. Makes sense for them, right? Just normal trainers have them too, so... Teddy Bulbasaur will be very good once we get Ivysaur at least. So, gonna try to get my other kiddos up to speed as we level Bulbasaur, but a little harder than I was expecting. Due to Gen 1's odd typing stuff, there's so many things I misremember about typing, like, I'm like, oh yeah, Bulbasaur, he's grass type, so he's resistant to fighting. No, that's because other than Tangela, every grass type is grass poison in the original Gen 1. I guess Poifel's getting pretty good, too. I think my goal for tonight, 2 badges. We'll beat Misty. Shouldn't be too hard. So there'll probably be another hour, because we gotta save Bill and all that stuff. I blew it! There's some items on the ground here, aren't there? I think they're made a bit more obvious in later gens. Like there'll be some rubble on the ground or something. rare candy. Not gonna use that anytime soon. That's the thing I really like about modern Pokemon games. The experience things are so much easier to use. Speed. Want that on Poiple. Iron. Iron helps us play! So I don't fully remember how DVs work. Are DVs sort of like EVs, and then like if you like stat experience, whatever it's called in this game. Is it like the same as later gens, where if I say max out my attack, then that limits, like, do I have a limited pool from all the stats, or can I max out all of them? Oof. Got a bit greedy, but it worked out fine. Classic early RPG encounter rate. That just even quite counts as early, but... Let's find what this should be pretty free. Oh, for Pete's sake. Wow, it's way bigger here than I thought. I bet in the original Gen 1, a lot of these have like 1 to 2 Pokemon max. I don't think Curry has... Curry still doesn't have a Fire-type move. Please sweep. I love Bellsprout, it's such a little derp. 1 HP, come on. Most trainers in Gen 1 don't have healing items, so... Charmander! Again! And it's nice not only for the variety of seeing different mons. This does load Charmander into our Pokédex, so we can now try to find Charizard. Or, you know, Charmander. Oh, I lost it. I swear that's not the original victory thing, is it? Yeah, Charmander's not even that far away. Alright, let's get out of here and heal. Oh. Not where I thought it was. Clefairy! Aw, we don't have any balls, do we? It's been a very low balls run. Balls have been over all night. Good luck, Remy. You might be able to handle this. Oops. Maybe I did some attacking moves. Oh. Yep, Remy can't do it, but it was worth a try. We're healing anyway, so let's just try to get some experience on some of our worst mons. Fairy typing would be really handy right now. Does anyone feel like fairy typing is a little bit too good? I feel like they could have not made it if it's like super effective against dark. Like, just being a Dragon Wall is already quite good. It buffs poison, which is, you know, welcome. Buffs poison and steel. I don't mind that. But aside from those, it's really quite powerful. Like, it almost... It's not quite as good as Dragon used to be, but... It almost, like, replaces it. What do you even call those things on Zubat? They're not really legs. They're just there, really. Why did so many Pokemon like Lick in Gen 1 anyway? Why was Lick ever Ghost type? I could just Gengar, but here's been licked by a ghost. Feel free to tell me. Ghost licking support group. And or support goop, also relevant. Still leave a shine. I should probably just not buy any walls so I don't get tempted to just catch everything and level it. There'll be time for catching later. If I do see a Doduo, we'll catch it. I might want to execute, but we got a decent little party already. Bite, sure. That kinda sucks. $66 whole buckaroos. Probably the best place in the game, worst place in the game to have Remy lead right now, but whatever. Imagine having that much trouble taking down something half your level. Diglett! Alright, Remy's not handling that, that's for sure. Diglett's dirt-like sprite is such a mess. Look at that. Oh, there's bloody dirt in the kitchen. Oh, when did you lose your passion? Getting close to that 16. Figured we'd take one more. Oh well. Let's see if Remy can get lucky. You should have speed. Good. Oh. Fine, let's risk it. Perfect. Terrible special. special. Losing stinks. Came down here to show off to girls. Good for you, bestie. The kind of girls that hang out in a cave. That's honestly pretty based, actually, yeah. Like, I'd be impressed if I went into a random cave and I saw some, like, person just, like, fighting wild animals. I'm like, hell yeah, cool. We're not doing too hot. Buff, man. Moonstone. One of the few things that does not evolve EV. Might do a little grinding just off screen, nothing too crazy, but before the next stream, I'll try to have everyone like a little bit more reasonable level. I forget how much nonsense there is before we can actually do the Cerulean Gem. I know there's a fair bit, but I'm pretty confident we can get to that side. Rhyhorn! Pretty sure you're not down here by default. Oh, perfect for Absorb. I think this might have been one of the ones that shows up first in, like, the Safari Zone. Nice. Oops. Little kids should leave grown-ups alone. You're the grown-up harassing me, so, like, what? Okay. This was a mistake. Uh-oh, it has Sharpen. Oh, wow. That's the power of evolved Pokemon, kids. I think we might be doomed. Oh yeah, because it got to set up, so yeah, we're pretty much toast. That's a crit. All right. Fully paralyzed. Stay being fully paralyzed, please. Use that Sharpen, sure. Can Remy take home the prize? Remy can do it! Remy! Oh yeah, cook him up. Let the little rat cook. Yeah! Alright! Please learn something better. I'll allow it. I'm steamed! Steamed clams. I forget if there's any more mandatory fights, but I figure I'll lose if I try to go back to town anyway, so may as well just keep walking forward. Even if I heal, no. Nope. We're pretty much doomed. Oh, we do have to do a fight. Crap. Actually, I have a decent amount of money too. Oh well. Let's just shine. Nah. We're pretty much toast. Gotta get some escape ropes. So, do I still lose half my money? I sure do! Let's just fill up on balls. We can get a Clefairy and execute that way, probably. And then I'll try and stop adding new mains. Oh, dang it. Eek! Did you touch me? Another classic one, where she walks up to you and says that. What a derpy little Jigglypuff. Oh, Scales is kind of out of its league. We might have this. There we go. What a mess of trainers. Get some balls. Expensive. 8 whole Pokeballs. Anyone remember what level Persian evolves at? Or Mewtwo, or Mewtwo. Meowth into Persian, rather? We might get you, we might get you. Fun to have at least one electric type. I might want to make that Magnemite or something. Remy's kind of pulled through. I'm not sure if I want to pull him off the team just yet, though. Got it. Pounds of eggs. Often mistaken for eggs. When disturbed, they quickly gather and attack in swarms. Anyone got good names for an egg? I think I'll probably make that a main, but we'll see. I'll catch it up off stream. Skills to evolve. She's not too good yet. I want to say Venomoth is like 20, maybe even 30 something. It's not quite like the Weedle family. Favorite retro game? I'm not really the best at picking favorites myself. Ooh! This one is definitely up there. Very nostalgic. I can poison it early. There we go. Probably a little more damage. The sad thing is the Clefairy will still be normal type. Could be fun to have anyway. We do have a Moonstone! Who else would we even use it on? It's just Jigglypuff? Is that the only other Moonstone in the first game? Oh, no, both of the Nidos, but... Magical and cute, Peel has many admirers. It's rare and found only in certain areas. Like every other Pokemon. Weak-linked Fairy. Swift Fairy. Gonna call her Silk after Cotton and Silk from the Cotton arcade games. It's an old shoot 'em up with a girl on like a broom. And there's like recent releases and everything too. I got the latest Switch one on physical actually. Yoshi's Island and Donkey Kong Country are super up there as well. In terms of best, like my favorite retro game. Geodude out here. Just gonna ignore that guy. I don't want to fight him. One thing I love about the more modern Pokemon games is just finding items everywhere, especially the way Z to A Legends works. You can find genuinely good items all over the place, and they respawn randomly instead of like item detector things where it's both hidden and once it's gone, it's gone. What am I doing? I need to switch out. I think we'll probably make the Eevee a Jolteon, at which point we should probably replace Remy. There's other good fire types. There's tons of water types. Too much water. Yeah, I think a Jolteon would be good. I think it's the best one this gen as well. There's only 3 options this gen, but... let's not play around too unsafely. Oof. Better not set up too much. Should have started with Sand Attack actually, but whatever. That should do, that should do. Shine might be able to handle that. Only downside to Payday, I think its base power is like just 40. It's like basically tackle, but hey, money. Especially in this game, Payday is just like I said, it's one of the only ways to actually get money other than the limited amount of trainers in the game. No refights. There are some easier refights at the very end of this game. So it's not just fighting the Elite Four over and over. Chat, do you want Helix or Dome? I love that Grimer sprite. Raise the roof, bro. Not a good match. here's the real moment of truth. Can I poison a poison type in Gen 1? I cannot. Okay. Let's make the same as pound. Almost got that Ivysaur. See how Curry handles it. Not ideal. Not ideal. This does need more damage. Nope. Significantly worse. Okay. Arcanine must be physical? I guess it makes sense with extreme speed and stuff, but again... Pretty special split. Yeah, all physical. Coffer. Let's play it safe here. I always felt this guy was implied just because he has poison-type Pokemon, which are so... The early games are so biased against poison types. I always figured this guy must be Team Rocket, because, you know, he's got a Zubat, he's got a Grimer, he's got a... Coughing, he's got to be Team Rocket, right? Every villain team uses exactly those, and only those. Ditto, really? Nothing in particular, so... It's a good Ditto. Let's see how free this is. Totally gonna defend on the fully paralyzed. We might got this. We might have this. Got him. You know what? We'll praise Helix tonight. So this way you get both of them early. Actually, Saffron's City. No, I get... Yeah, Saffron's early, so yeah. Alright, let's just avoid all of these trainers here. This elbow looks kind of scummy. My own gloom. Not risking any trainers, just straight to Cerulean. I think we might actually finally be able to buy some TNs in the shop here. We'll just keep the team for now. Bill has lots of Pokemon. Oh, bike! Let's get the bike. You can't put a shopping bag on a main battle tank. Okay. I forgot we need the bike voucher in this one, don't we? Oh, shoutouts to the Royal Guard guy. Changing of the guard. Oh, right! Shoot. Butted. Yo! Female! You're still struggling along back here? I'm doing great. Caught a bunch of strong and smart Pokemon. Hey, let me see what you caught, female. Sure. Particularly offensive when coming from him. Thanks, Butted. Uh-oh. we're in trouble here. That's garbage. One more, I think. Its accuracy is at minimum. Let's try to set up and see if this works. I think that's 4. 5. 6. Finally hits. Because he used all those hardens. Shoot. Oh, that's even. Oh, wow. The good thing is its accuracy is so garbage. We might at least get. We'll at least get this one KO. I hope. Are you a healer? Apparently not. I've really got no choice but to carry the setup and hope it works. Oh, very good, very good. Oh, not quite enough. Halfway down, halfway down. Diglett. Yeah, better heal that. I think we're good. I think we're good. Diglett's not very bulky. Stomp! Honestly, Quick Attack is probably better, but this does a bit more damage and does have the flinch chance. We're not playing competitive, so take it easy. You won already. that was pretty tough, so shut up. I love how mysteriously, like, he got to see a bunch of rare Pokemon at Bill's, then we get to Bill, and Bill is transformed into an Eevee or something. Like, did Blue do that to him, or what? If I recall correctly, we're not allowed to go to the gym yet. Where are we? Splash! I'm first up, let's do it! Maybe thinking of Let's Go. So many remakes. I just wanted to get you poisoned, buddy. Alright. Remy's up. This should be some good experience for Remy. Cook this horsey. Does any culture eat like seahorses? I think I would draw the line there. Somewhere well above there, possibly. Oh. Abra, really? Let's do a little set. Oh, crap. Let's not set up. This is a silly strategy. Damn it, Abra is so chubby. Nice! See, I figured, especially with like non-competitive design trainers, better just have the high base power than quick attack. So not to be able to set up on every fight. That flinch is nice. Where does his money come from anyway? I feel like I should probably ditch scales. We'll see. Alright, I think I'm gonna finish Misty and call it a night. Sorry if I'm a little low energy tonight, just I think it's getting used to my new schedule, just EP issues and such. I think you gotta go, yeah, you gotta do that to get this guy out of the way. The people here were robbed. It's obvious that Team Rocket is behind this most heinous crime. Even our police voice has been having trouble with the rockets. Shouldn't... If anyone has trouble with the rocket, should it be the police force? Like... Very nebulous as to how, like, law enforcement works in the Pokemon world. Oh, wow, Misty's got two. I think the Misty sprite is new too, by the way, I think. Okay, I think Misty had just, like, a generic sprite maybe in the first one. Could be wrong, but I know there are some new sprites if you use the OG Plus sprite option. Look at that Goldie. Oh, geez, you have Bubble Beam already. Everything. They have such good moves. I have garbage. Oh no. Let's level up Bulbapedia, and we should be able to sweep Misty at least. I believe they actually made Golduck Water and Psychic in this, by the way. And yes, if you're one of those people that thinks so, no. Psyduck is not Psychic. It's very odd. Oh no! Oh, so much of that Evo. You're so close to. Oh well. Overwhelmed me. I'm pretty sure the Pokemon, the trainer levels are like 3 or 4 higher than they would normally be in the main game. It's been a while. I do think this is definitely a harder than the original though. Especially because again, just enemies having actually good moves. Because see, a lot of the completely useless moves are removed, so a lot of actions NPCs that would take that would be pretty safe can turn into, you know, they're at least doing damage probably. Instead of using stuff like Rage and Bite, that's just awful. Should I just Bulba Sweep? What is your approach? My policy is all out offensive with water-type Pokemon. Misty wants to fight. So less Pokemon than her. That is a good Staryu sprite. The dithering and everything. Look at that. No setup moves. Let's just whip it good. Dang, 22. She's definitely lower level by default, right? Alright. If I can paralyze you, we're good. What? Growl. Oh. That's such an interesting thing. The way that works, but oh. If Remy can take this down, I'll be very proud, but I doubt it. Oh, X defend! Oh. I forgot. Wow! I'd honestly forgot that was a thing that some Gen 1 trainers do. They use X items. Ouch. Let's see if Shine can get lucky just for experience purposes. Oh no, not my payday! Ouch. See if Skills can get some experience here. Oh, you got to absorb too. Good. Wow. Wow. Alright, this should work. This should work. Got him! Wow, you're too much. Alright, you can have the Cascade badge to show you beat me. Bulbasaur is evolving! I gotta use that name writer. We can finally use Cut. What's this give me? Oh, Bubble Beam. Use it on an aquatic Pokemon. Or use it for coverage, but... Alright, I think we'll call it there for tonight. I'll do a little grinding off stream, and I'm not sure if we'll return to this next Thursday, or... I do plan to have some, like, unscheduled streams as well, but... trying to work things in, like, one thing at a time. This is really fun. We'll see the adventures of Remy and SeaWorldGirl and the rest pretty soon, I hope. Have a good night, everybody. Oh, and if you... oh, I completely forgot. So, you know, I think I mentioned it briefly, but Discord is doing some weird stuff. It sounds like maybe they backtracked on it, maybe it wasn't quite as bad as people thought, but if you want to chat with us not on Discord, we have a Matrix chat. So, zelda.zone/matrix. Zelda.zone/matrix. And it's kind of mirrored into our Discord chat, so the two, you can see people from both chats. So just kind of try to take it cautious because corporations suck lately, and well, even more than usual perhaps, but especially tech companies just. Ugh. So I'm trying to own as much of my own stuff as I can. So Matrix is just kind of a step towards like being a little bit less dependent on some nonsense. But That was fun. Have a great night, everybody.